Good.
All units be advised. We are proceeding outside the wire.
Pick up your rifle, Lieutenant. They attack. You're gonna need to shoot back.
What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
What's going on, my man? Good to see you.
That's an amazing.
Good to see you again.
You got in the back right there. Is that a sax? That is a sax. That's
a flute.
Yeah,
it's a flute.
It's a flute. I don't know instruments.
It might be an alto. Okay, yeah, mom. You know, he's from New Orleans. He know all the instruments.
It's a flute.
When this thing started, when y'all first met up in the film Outside the Wire, Damson, you had it after Anthony Mackie's character deployment drive, and I wonder if I had to ask you guys what's on your deployment drive. Y'all just give me a brief summary on each of y'all deployment drive. What would you say is on yours first, Damson, and then you after me?
I'm gonna ask Mackie that because I don't think I'm smart enough to know how to answer this yet. So maybe Mackie goes first.
on my deployment drive will be critical thinking, fervent analyst, rigid in approach to problem solving, not to be fucked with.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching me what a deployment drive is. And essentially, it's a describe yourself in 4 words question. So
yeah,
you learn something every day. Charming. A sponge, if that's something. I have a yearning to learn. Ambitious. And charming. Definitely charming. 4 things.
Cool.
2 of them charming.
2 of them charming.
I wonder, like, how has it been, like, getting through, just as a working actor, getting through this pandemic? Because I know I talked to you, Anthony, at the Banker right before this thing all kind of jumped off, and y'all have Snowfall coming out and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like, how has it been to process, you know, having to still work? A lot of us have to stay home, but still having this stuff. How has it been for you guys as working actors to work through the pandemic?
You know, it's been, the only aspect of it that's been hard is on set. I'm a very social person. When I work with people, I like to get to know them, spend time with them, talk to them. I learned that from Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson walks on set. He knows everybody's name. He knows everybody's situation. He taught me that the first time I worked with him. He's like, you know, you're not better than anybody else just because you're on the camera and they're not. And that was a lesson I've kept throughout my entire career. But at the same time, outside of work, it's been absolutely amazing, dog. I love my house. I never want to leave my house. I don't want people to come to my house. This is the best situation. You give me a mask and I get to tell people to leave me alone. This is amazing.
For me, it's been an absolute privilege to be able to work, especially because I know a lot of young actors who are just finding their breaks, still on the journey, trying to discover themselves and what they have to say, what they have to bring to this industry. And to hit them with a pandemic and all of their opportunities be taken away from them, it puts my reality into perspective. I'm very fortunate to be working and to be able to be in the conversation without having to scream, hey, I'm here, I want to be an actor. So that's my way of seeing the pandemic.
Dress, Lieutenant. Double time.
What's this?
You wear your uniform out there, you'll be a standing target.
Thought I'd be guarding a fence, sir. I don't have any specialist training as a field agent.
Don't worry. I'm special enough for both of us.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, Captain? You're a commanding officer. 4th generation biotech, and I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to deal with it.
Netflix has released, made a press release that they're going to release a movie a week. And there's been a lot of conversation, whether it's from directors like Christopher Nolan or Judd Apatow talking about movies going to the theater and streaming. I'm just wondering, as working actors, like how do y'all balance the royalties? I'm saying the wrong word for as to work and having stuff on streaming as opposed to being able to participate in box office. Is it all equaling out because there's more work on streaming now than box office, or like how does that? I'm asking you first, Anthony, since you've done more film work to this point.
It's definitely weak, evening out, and especially for people who aren't the Spielbergs and the Chris Nolans. If you're a young filmmaker, you have so many venues and so many opportunities now to get your work out there. If you're a young Black filmmaker or a writer, young Black actor, I mean, without the streaming, without all of that, we wouldn't have Issa Rae. We wouldn't have Ava DuVernay. I mean, the problem is you have this 0.01% of the film industry that's given $200 million to make a movie. Then you have everybody else. So at no point in time is streaming going to stop Chris Nolan from putting a movie in movie theaters. We saw that with Tenet. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. He still got in the movie theaters. So yeah. there's room for both platforms, and both platforms are very important because now the writers and directors and actors who haven't been able to get in those small finite amount of movies that they make, they're able to find a second life in streaming. So that's important. It's you know, everybody eats.
Yeah, I agree. It's about your work being seen. We were just talking about stuff we've binged recently. I binged Lupin, which is a French show. From stuff like Queen of Katwe, which is on Disney Plus, to there's so many different stories that I never would have discovered if it wasn't for
exactly.
So I think it's very important, and I think cinemas and the theater is very important too. But going forward, I think it's going to open up the industry and create more opportunities.
Well, everybody's going to enjoy this film. I did. I'm looking forward to everything you guys got coming out, especially the new season of Snowfall and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Y'all keep on doing your thing. I'll keep on watching and keep on supporting you.